Hello my YouTube friends, I want to welcome you to this exciting lesson in Revit. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you on how you can model the reinforcement on this column from the bottom all the way up to the top. And after that, we are going to produce, the drawings with all the sections, and make sure that you stick around from start to finish because I'll explain a lot of things that will help you to be more efficient in Revit. Right, now if you like what I'm doing on this channel, please make sure that you like my videos and subscribe to my channel, and most importantly, check my website skillmaxcard.com for some exciting courses. All right, so we'll quickly get started, and let me just identify this particular column. So I can just pick that column there and just open a particular level, maybe this one here. Or if I just go to my 3D view, let me pick the base and let me go to this level. So you see that the column that we're dealing with is right here. Now, let me proceed by just cutting some sections here. So I'll go to view, click on section, and I'll pick a detail section, which is this one here. And I'll cut two sections. The first one is from this point up to that point. Then CS on my keyboard to create similar. Click the first point, drag it up to that point, and click outside. Now I'm just going to open the two sections. I can go to sections right here. Okay. Or I can simply double click the head. All right. So you can see that we should have the sections here. Let me just minimize right here. Or instead of wasting time, we can always, actually these are details because I use a detail, sorry for that. They are sections, but details, I can just expand it, and you see that I can just double click even from there. You see that this is detail 8. I can also go back and double click right there, and you see that this is detail 7. Right, now I'm just going to expand in this particular detail so that you can see what is up there. All right, so I'll just hold it by the dot there and just drag it, then hold it once again and simply drag it. Okay, so this is my detail. I'll also go to this particular detail and simply expand it. We just want to see how we are going to add our reinforcement. All right. Let me just select this one and simply remove it. I don't need it, and click on OK. Now, once you do that, you just need to cut a section, horizontally on any of these so that you can start seeing how you're placing your stirrup. So I'm going to cut it right here. I'll just go to view, section. This is a detail, so it will appear under the details there. So I'll just click the first point, drag it, and click the second point. Click outside. You can see that this is now detail 9. I should think so. I can open it and you can see that it's right there. Select the box and simply drag it. All right. Now get started with the placement of our stirrup. So I'll select on this particular column. Click on Rebar. The first thing that you need to do is make sure that you change the bar type. I'm going to use R8. Right from here, you can now go to the Rebar shape browser and pick what you want. Maybe I want to use this particular one. Select on it. Now you just need to check the options here, but even before that, just try to place your cursor there. I see that it's not in the correct orientation. All right, so go to placement plane. It's current work plane, placement orientation, parallel to work plane. Now you can see that it's correct. All right, so you can place it and change the Rebar settings later on, or I can even start by changing from there, from fixed number to maximum spacing, and the maximum spacing of maybe 200. Then move it there and simply place it. You can modify to escape. Now if I go to these details, you see that I have the Rebar, the Rebar right there. All right, now let me just adjust a bit here. You can see that The stirrup does not need to go all the way through the beam, so I'll just hold my left mouse and drag it up to here. Now I'll constrain it right here to the cover so that as I start propagating, it should behave well. All right, so I'll go to constraints and edit constraints. I'll pick the center for the stirrup and pick the cover. All right, so I'll pick the cover and let me just have 50 millimeters. Click outside and click on finish. So the bar is now constrained right there. Okay, I'll also click the bottom part and go to constraints, edit constraints. I'm going to pick right there. It's 0. So let me add maybe -50 or so. Click there. So I think it looks good and click on finish. Now let me add the longitudinal bars. You can see that even there it looks okay. Now if I go to detail 9, let me add the longitudinal bars here. So select the column, click on Rebar, pick the bar type. In this particular case, I'm going to pick Y16. And now under the Rebar Shell browser, just go on top and I'll just pick the first one, number 20. I'll select on it. Now let me try to move my cursor there. You see that it's in the wrong orientation. So I just need to go to placement orientation, placement plane. I'll use current work plane, then placement orientation, I'll use perpendicular. Now I'll also go to Rebar set and check here. I don't want to use maximum spacing, but I want to use a fixed number, and I just want to have how many bars? Maybe just 3. Okay, so we have 3 bars right here. Move your cursor there. You can see that you have those 3 bars and you can place it. Let me just try to move it somewhere there. I'll click and also move it there and simply click. All right. So now I can select on the bar. We have those small arrows. I can just drag it inside a bit and also drag it inside a bit. I can do the same on top, right? Just drag it inside and also drag it inside. Okay, perfect. Now let me check within there. I see that they have those bars, right? I have the bars right there. Now before I start copying or propagating, I just want to ensure that these bars are, sticking out. Okay, maybe by 700 or so, I'll start the bars. Okay, now if I want, I can also propagate here, but sometimes when you try to propagate down here, because the conditions are different, do not behave well. So let me start by selecting these, and maybe I can even use this one here. I'll select these bars, hold Control and select the bars. Then I can even go to my 3D view. The bars are still selected. Once you do that, then again go to constraints, edit constraints. Then what I'll do, pick the top part. You can see that that's the bar handle, select on it. Then maybe if you want 650 or 700, you can just type. Okay, make sure that you calculate that and now click on finish. Now I can propagate it to this part and that part and simply edit the top one. And I'll also create the bars here. Now let me cut a section quickly and add the bars. Why I don't want to propagate here? Because the conditions at the base here are different. So let me try to propagate to see what is going to happen if the conditions are different. So I'll select the column and propagate. I'll propagate to this column. Oh, what have I done? I'll cancel right there. Okay, let me make sure that even at the bottom, the bars are constrained. So I'll pick this one. Or maybe within the 3D view, I'll pick this particular one. I think I already constrained, but for some reason, I'll pick this one here. All right, which is the best view. I'm just looking for the best view. I'll go to 3D view and select. I'll select this one first of all, then go to this particular view. So I'll go to constraints, edit constraints. I'll pick the center, and this one, I think it's finished. It's okay. Everything should be okay. I don't know why, but I'll pick this one and the propagate. Okay, I think I need to, okay, align by host. Let me pick this one. How is it here? Okay, it's perfect. Let me pick this one. It's perfect. I'll just need to edit on top here. Now, if I also, let me first of all click on finish because I'm happy with what I have. Maybe let me just now remove the top part. So I'll select the bars. I'll select this bar, hold Control and select that particular bar. And now I'll go to edit constraints. I'll pick the top part. I'll just pick it from there. Let me add maybe -50. Click outside. So you can see that I have added -50 so that I can also, I can have the bars, you know, below this one so that I can also add the hooks there. Okay. I'll leave it the way it is. Or if I want to add the hooks there, just need to counter check what I have here. Click out of first of all finish. Then if I select this bar, let me just over my cursor there. This is the start of the bar. So if I go to the start of the bar right there, I can add a hook. And what kind of hook? I can maybe use 90 degrees. Okay, so what do we have there? We should have the hook without a problem there, because I use the start of the bar. So I'll type HI to just isolate it. I think it's okay. Control Z. So I have those bars. As you can see from there, I can also select this one. HI to isolate it. This bar is start of the bar. So we have the start of the bar, we have the hook, and we just want standard hook 90 degree. I think it looks good. Now I'll just click there and reset, temporary hide, isolate. So I think I'm okay with this one now. Now what I can do is also to just add some bars here. If I try to propagate from this one, let me select on it, propagate. As you can see, the conditions here are different, so I don't expect it to work at the bottom here. So let me try it. You can see that it's not working fine. But I think what is not just working here are the stirrups. You can see that this one is okay. The longitudinal bars are fine. So I'll just click on finish. This will make it faster for me to adjust it. So I can just drag it. I'll drag this one. Okay. And also, let me click outside. I'll also select this one. And let me drag it also. Now, depending on the thickness for this one, you may have some stirrups within there, but it shouldn't be part of this Rebar set. So I'll just drag it like that. Now I'll need to go to an elevation and make sure that I edit it accordingly. So I'll select this one. Then I'll go to edit constraints. And I want to pick the center. And I think the cover. Let me have 50 here. Okay, is it -50? Or let me put 0 there. Okay, maybe -50. Let's see what you're going to get. Okay, so -50 is fine, and I'll click on finish. Then at the bottom also I can do the same. Or maybe let me now just drag it up to somewhere here. I can always constrain it if I want. Now, these bars, if I maybe go to this other detail, these bars, let me select, what is this? This is the concrete beam. Okay, I'll just hide it, right click, hide in view by elements. Now I can select this bar and just, extend it down there. I can use the constraints, I can edit it. Let me just click on edit sketch, then select on this one. I can drag it right there, and I can use a line because these bars are supposed to go inside. I can click that point, maybe 560. You can always do your math, click outside. And maybe instead of doing the same on this one, I'll just delete it and select on this one, and I would simply mirror it from the, I'll use the draw. So I'll just pick it from the center and just pick it like that. So you can see that I have it like that. I go to this detail. Now I'm happy with what I have. So I have the rebar within my column. If I go to my 3D view, you can see that it looks great. Okay, so I'm just dealing with the column. There are so many lessons on how to add the rebar on your base there. You can always check it out on my channel. So now having, I added all the rebar here. All you need to do now is to just make sure that you start the detailing. Now let me just, don't worry about what I'm doing right now. Just want to quickly change the bars to be visible like this. I can select everything, but I have a shortcut here that I can use. Okay, so I'll use navigate rebar, and I'll show and obscured like this, right? And I'll go back to Revit and just make sure that I hide the extensions there, or the plugins. Now Revit is free. You can always download it and use it. Okay, so it looks cool. Now to start detailing, obviously I have this detail here. So I'll get started from here. So this is the detail and this is the detail. So let me start with this one. As you can see, I just need to drag this one to now start cleaning up my detail. Okay, just like that. I'll drag it up to there. Okay, what do I have here? I'm going to select this one, right click and hide in view by elements. I'll also select, I just want to select, the grid right there. So I'll just click on filter, check none. I just want to pick the grids because that's what I want to hide. And I'll right click and hide in view by elements. Okay, to make it simple, I can even hide the rebar within you can always do that. Within that particular beam in that direction, I can right click, hide in view by elements, so that we make our detail, not too complicated, but easy to read. Select, right click, hide in view by elements. Let me also select everything here and hold control and select everything there. Then I'll filter and I'll say check none. I just want to pick the structure rebar, apply, okay. And I'm going to right click, hide in view by elements. All right, so as you can see, it looks neat. I might just detail one. You can always proceed as an exercise, and detail this other one. It's up to you. Okay, now here we are. Let's add our break lines. Before we deal with the lines, if I just activate here, you see that that's how we have the lines. I think the lines are not bad, but I want to deal with the break lines here. So what I'll do, just go to annotate component, detail component. We have the break line right there. So space bar to flip it, I'll add it right there. Escape, in the wrong orientation, space bar. Okay, we have it like that. So now what I can do, you see that it's quite deep. So masking depth, I can change this one maybe to 1000. So that you can have it like this. Then I'll just drag it like that, just drag it like that. Now I'm not happy with how it is here. I can select on it. I can have the jag depth and the jag width. Let me say 50. So you can see it's like that, maybe 25. And then the depth maybe to 100. Okay, looks neat now. I like it. All right, and I'll just adjust it. Looks good. Okay, now I can copy it by selecting on it and click on copy. I'll just pick it from this point and up to the center, and also the center, and also the center right there. Okay, it looks neat. So what I'll do now is to simply, I can hide this box, the crop region. Oh, don't expose too much, otherwise you might be seeing other things we're not supposed to see. So I'll just select on it also and right click, hide in view by elements. Okay, we are almost getting there. Now for me, I don't show all these stirrups, so I'll just show the middle. That's what I do. But if you are in a region whereby all the stirrups are shown, you can leave it. But for me, I just want to show the middle. Okay, and I'll also select these and simply show the middle part. I'll do the same. Actually, I can select multiple and just hold control, or just select everything, and now you can just show the middle part. Okay, perfect. Now I'll start adding the annotation. So what I can do, I can simply go to tag, first annotate, then tag by category. Let me try to, to add the leader from here. I'll add the leader. And okay, it looks good. I can point. Now there's one thing that I almost forgot. I need to add the, obviously someone is even asking to say that, why are you not adding the cranking? Okay, let me quickly add the cranking. But first of all, I can add the bar there. I can also add the bar on the other side. It's the same bar. But I just want to have the bars like that. I'll add the cranking. Let me first finish adding the tags. Okay, even here. Okay, and last but not the least, I can add it there. All right. So we have those bars. Then for the stirrup there, I can just go to annotate. I'm going to use a mount rebar and pick this one. Let me try to pick by default. We see the one which is there. Okay, so I can add it here. First of all, I just need to switch with the right one, escape from my keyboard, select on it. Then let me pick this one. I see what I have. Okay, it's correct, but it has that arrow. Maybe I don't need that arrow. I can remove the arrow, or let me just pick this one. Oh, structure rebar section. Oh, that's the one. Let me switch with this one. This is the one for the slab. So I think this one is okay. All I need to do is to just, the arrow can still remain, to just point there. I can always remove the arrow if I want. Now, if I select on it, I can always select the dimension or the tag. I'll select on the tag, and I can always, make sure that I just clean it up like this. Now, as I'm adding this one, I can select on this one, CS, to create similar. I don't want the leader. Let me try it on this one. I select on it. Okay, so we have it there in the center. I can click. You see that now I don't have the leader. I think this is how I want my tag to be. I'll select this one. I'll remove it. Now I'll select this one, tab, select on it. Then I can just move it like that. Okay, so I think this one is better than the other one. So CS on my keyboard, make sure that the leader is not just selected there, so that as you just click it, you can place it in the center with the tag already there. Then escape, then put your cursor there. Okay, and now tab on your keyboard, select on it, and you can always drag it up to somewhere here. Okay, so I'll also select on this one, CS on my keyboard, no leader, and I can pick it. Which one is remaining? This one. So you can see that it's quite repetitive, so I'll not even waste so much time by, you know, doing too many things. A tab on your keyboard to select the tag and now move it somewhere here. So I think I'm happy with the column. You can always do your dimensions. Okay, so if you want, you can always start from there. Click there, click that point, and you can always, maybe from here, I can add more details to show that this is the ground level, and I can continue. Maybe just want to pick, you know, those, and quickly add those. And also at the top right there, as I said, I'll not detail the two, you know, sections. I'll just add it there. You can see that it looks good. I can add more details if I want. Now this is easy. You can always proceed and finish what you want. Okay, now let me also show you how to add the cranking. So right click, finish. Now you may also ask me to say that I think it doesn't look, you know, the same. You can see that the tags are quite different. So let me select this one and click on edit so that I see the text type. Okay, the text type is Roman G, so I want these things to look uniform. So I'll select on it, edit, and I'll select this one and click on edit. I'm just in the family environment, and I'll just click there. I'll type R and it will be Roman G. Select on it, apply, okay, and I'll simply load it, and I'm not saving. Okay, and override. You can see that now you can have everything, you know, looking the same. Tab on this one, tab, select on it, edit label. Then I'll also select this one and pick the same, you know, type so that you can have a very, very nice looking and clean detail. So I'll find the Roman, which is Roman D, apply, okay. I'm sure you like this one. You can add as many details as you want. What I'm showing you, you can now go a step further. You can see that the text looks nice. The line style, everything looks okay. This is good. If you want, you can change this one to coarse level of detail so that you can just have, you know, the reinforcement like that. Okay, and now just add the thick lines. How cool is this? Now, finally, let me just add I think the cranking. It has taken, you know, anyway, I can't cut this lesson until I show you the cranking. So I'll just go to, let me select this one. I'll select this one. Now, I'll just show it on top. You can always, you know, adjust at the bottom there. I'll select on this one. And let me counter check here. This one is the end of the bar. Right now, cranking in Revit 2026 is easy. Again, you don't have to, you know, to worry so much. All I need to do is to come to, what is this? As I've said, this is the end of the bar. We have the start of the bar and also the end of the bar. So I can just select on cranking. This is crank number 1. You can always modify this one. Let me just move in here so you can see that okay, it has cranked this bar, except that the bar is supposed to start on top. I didn't counter check this one. I hope this is not how all the bars, you know, are on this one. So let me also select on this one. This is the what? This is the end of the bar. So at the end of the bar, I want to have a crank, and crank number 1 moving. So I just need to make just a bit of a modification here. So this bar is selected. I'll hold Control and select this particular bar. I'll just edit the constraints. All right, edit constraints. So with this bar, I just want it to start on top here. First of all, I'll select the edge. And now I just want to pick just the top part. I can, anyway, let me pick the cover. but I wanted to pick which cover can I pick. Let me pick the top part for this particular one. Let me add a 0 there. I should have done this. I didn't see that it was like this. Then let me add maybe a 50 millimeters there so that it just doesn't start there on top. Now we have the cranking there. I'll finish. So just make sure that you also counter check here. I think since it was overlapping, I didn't take time to, okay, here it's fine. Okay, so this is the cranking. Now you notice here that I think the cranking is not good. Now let me quickly adjust this cranking. It's important that you also learn on how to adjust the cranking. So how do you go about it? So we see that if I search for crank here, okay, if I search for crank, we have crank number 1. It's very, very simple. I'll select on this one. Let me select on the actual cranking. Right click. Let me edit. Let me go to type properties. I'll duplicate this one. This will be called crank number 2. So for now, I'll just change the length multiplier to 40, and the crank slope, I think it's okay, and click on apply. Okay, so now let me try to select this one. Let me change it to crank number 2. Excellent. So it's very, very easy. You can always change whatever I want to do from here. So I have crank number 2. As you can see, it's fitting there where I need it. This looks good. Okay, so we have the cranking, we have the details, we have everything here. We also have this particular one. Now, let me also open this one. I know this video is taking longer than I expected, but it's okay. So I'll also clean up this one. It's a section, so I'll just drag it there. I'll drag it here also. I'll drag it here. I'm just trying to clean up this detail now. I don't want to see these sections, these grids and everything. I'll just select everything here and finish. Check none, and I just want to pick, what do I want to hide? No, I want to hide the grids and the views. Apply. Okay, just these two. So I'll put the cursor there, right click, hide in view by elements. Perfect, perfect. Looks good. Now here again, I'll not add so many details. I can just add, the dimensions there. Just make sure that the text style is the same. I think it looks the same. Okay, maybe the scale. This is not the scale that I want to use. Maybe 1 to 10. Oh, perfect. So maybe 1 to 25. You can decide. So sorry for that. Just want to move my dimension closer here, just using the arrow on my keyboard. Okay, and select this one, just the arrow on your keyboard. Now for this one, I can even rename it. Okay, so I can even go here and rename it, but let me leave it. Let me just go to annotate and finish my annotation. I'll use aligned. Let me pick this one. Now I'm going to pick a different one. Don't worry. I'll select this one. There should be a better one to use. Okay, so if I just go on top here or down. Okay, this is the one that I want to use. So this is structure rebar section. I'll select on it, and I'll select on the tag. I can always just drag it. I think this one is okay. This is how I want my tag to be. I can just push it, up there a bit. Okay, now don't worry about the size. I can always change it. This one, CS on your keyboard to create similar. I'll pick this one. Then I think let me activate the leader so that I know where I'm adding it. I'll click there. So you see that we have that leader. Do we need the leader? I think it doesn't look good with the leader. So what do? Let me delete this one. Select on it CS to create similar. I don't need the leader, and I'll just pick it from there and just click. We have it right there. Right now, maybe for this particular dimension, I can move it up. You can always clean it. Let me not waste too much time now. Maybe this one, the text is too big. Select on it. I can add it there. All right, then let me select on it, tab, and select and edit. All right, let me select on this one. Maybe it looks too big. You can always change the text size. Let me say 1.5. Apply, okay, and let me load it. I'll click on no and the override. Oh, I think it looks now much better. I'll put the cursor there, tab, select on it, and you can always, so you can proceed and now have it the way you want it to be, right? So otherwise this video will be too long, but I think it's always good that you understand all the principles. All right, so we have everything here. We have this section and also this particular detail. You can go ahead and place, this detail with all these sections. Now, this is detail 9, and I know that with all these, sections, it's the same detail. Okay, so what I can do, I don't have to draw the same, so I can just go to view, section, and this is the detail section. Now I'll just reference other details, and this is called detail 9. So I just need to find detail 9, and I can have my section here, maybe from this point up to that point. Okay, then CS on your keyboard to create similar. Then also reference it and make sure that you pick detail 9. So as long as it's the same, okay, you can always do that. All right, so you see that if I just double click this detail, it takes you back to the same detail. This is very important, and if you use such techniques, you'll be very fast. Now go ahead, as a way of practicing, finish this detail and also place your views on your sheets. Now if you don't know how to place views on your sheets, please, I have so many videos on my channel. Please check there, watch all of the videos there. There are more than 300 videos on my channel. If you finish them, you'll be a pro in Revit. Thanks for watching. See you in some upcoming lessons.